And hello everyone. How is everyone doing out there today? Welcome to the Blue Couch and Company, where you are my Blue Couchers and you're my company on the Blue Couch. And so I welcome you all out there today. Hope everyone's doing okay. Hope everyone is doing well and fine. I know so much is going on in the world today. If you listen at the news, it's never good. And we know that people are suffering all around the globe. But I just want to welcome everyone today. I want to let you know how much I appreciate you and thank you so much for watching the Big Thumbs Up Thursday show here on the Blue Couch and Company. I welcome you. If you're a new listener, once you're listening and you become a Blue Coucher, so you are one of my Blue Couchers. Thank you for that heart. I appreciate it. I love to see hearts. I love to see thumbs up. I give you all 2 thumbs up, and I appreciate you so much for tuning into my show. We're going to get on this food today. It's just a lot of ingredients going into one particular type of meal, but I'll explain that in a minute. Hopefully you can hear me. Sometimes when I start cooking and frying things in this pan, then you can't hear me, but once that happens, then I will talk above the frying so that you can hear what I'm saying. But before we get into the cooking, I want to get some preliminaries out of the way, as I always say. You can go to my personal website, lovebeyondpain.com. That's lovebeyondpain.com, and there you'll find out a little bit more about me, and you'll also find my books there. You can order my books off of Amazon, or you can order it directly from me. If you get it directly from me, I'll be more than happy to sign it and send you a copy. Just inbox me and let me know that you would like a copy. And that's at love, all lowercase, lovebeyondpain.com. If you would like one of my signature aprons, they come in multicolors. This is my thumbs up apron. My signature is really blue, but I love colors, so I have a lot of different colors, as you can see hanging up there. And just depending on how I feel, I'll decide which one I want to wear. So I'm feeling a little pinkish today, okay? What else do I want to share with you? I want to share with you my other link, which is the nonprofit organization called Living Wells of Love Foundation. You can go to all lowercase, Living Wells with an S on Wells of Love @.org. Okay, Living Wells of Love, I'm sorry, not at, livingwellsoflove.org. I kind of skipped a beat there for a moment. So that's livingwellsoflove.org. And that's the foundation. And there, if you want to help disabled women and children have upward mobility in their lives, try to help to service people in Asia and Africa as well as in America. And you can contribute by your givings, your gift of love. I call you a love launcher. Once you give, you become a love launcher. Just like once you come on the Blue Couch, you become a Blue Coucher. And so you'll find a lot more information on that particular website, which is a nonprofit organization. But here, this is every Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, is the Big Thumbs Up Thursday show, where you can come and get hope, healing, and encouragement. Not only receive it, but give it, because I need hope, healing, and encouragement as well. So I do thank you for being with me. What else do I want to share with you? Oh boy, I tell you, so much is going on in the world today, and mostly what we're hearing about in the news these days is about Ukraine. Not that war hasn't happened in other parts of the world, other parts of the globe. It has, but in these modern times, we're really getting to see a lot of things up close. And so It's unfortunate. It's sad to see mothers, pregnant mothers, and children, anybody being bombed and bombarded out of their homes. And so we pray for Ukraine today. Our prayers and thoughts are with them. And so we're going to get to cooking today. I want to tell you a little story. You know, I was raised in a big family. My mother had 9 children, and my older sister had 8 children. And my older sister passed away at age 35. And so my parents grouped us all together in one household. And they are our brothers and sisters more than they are our nieces and nephews. And we were all around about the same age, anywhere from 6 to 16 at that time. But I can remember my mom cooking big pots of oatmeal, big pots of pork and beans and hot dogs, and big pots of everything, because that's what she had to do to feed so many of us, and she did it well. And I also give a shout out to my parents and my dad who had to support all of us and took very good care of us. So, and they have been gone and passed away for some time now. But whenever I cook certain things, I think about my mom and my dad and what they contributed to our lives in bringing us up. So today we're going to be cooking some very expensive pork and beans. Back in the day when my mom cooked pork and beans, I remember 3 ingredients, and that was ketchup, mustard, and sugar, along with the beans. And back then, I don't think they had flavorful beans so much. It was just pork and beans, you know. And she would cut up some hot dogs, throw them in there, and we would eat that with some bread. And it was good then, and it's good now. But today, we're going to make a little bit more expensive type of pork and beans. And if you have a man in your life, he may just like what I'm going to prepare for you all tonight. All right? And hopefully, everything turns out delicious, as it always does. I did cook me a sweet potato pie, which is sitting over there on the oven. So after I eat my high-class pork and beans, I'll have some pie with that and sit myself down, okay? So we're going to get started. And as always, yes, there's a lot of ingredients that's going to go into this. I generally will post the ingredients after my show, and after I've sat down and relaxed a little bit. I will do the same with this if you're interested in making this particular dish for your man, okay? Got a treat for you, hopefully, after the show. And I'll share a little bit more with that after I get done with all of this. But let's get started, okay? All right, so what I did first was I got some bacon, and I chopped up, you know, you can take about maybe 4 slices of bacon or 8 slices of bacon. Really, it depends on how many people you're going to serve. You're going to cut those up in little bits before you throw it in the pan, and you're going to fry those bacon bits up in your pan. And hopefully, I see you, Brittany. Hopefully, everyone can see the bacon in the pan. And as I oftentimes tell you, I can't bring the pan out, but so far, it'll fall on the floor. So hopefully, you know, if you can't see it, I'll tilt it up and or put it on a plate and let you see it at that time. All right, so you're going to start out with some chopped bacon bits, all right, in your pan. I'm going to turn my heat up a little bit. And, okay, do what we want to name it. If y'all want to throw out some names for it, we can do that. But I call it high-class pork and beans, okay? We're going to throw 1 cup of white onions into this mix. And as I told you before, sometimes when the pan gets to frying, I have to elevate my voice so that you all can hear me. I'm a one-man show here, and so I have to do everything, okay? All right, so we got our bacon bits in there already cooked. You want to already cook your bacon before you put in your other ingredients. So that's in there. You want to put in 1 jalapeno. Now with the jalapeno, you can either leave the seeds in or take the seeds out. The jalapenos are hot, but if you leave the seeds in it, it can be even hotter. So I took the seeds out, okay? So that's 1 jalapeno. And we're going to stir this up. It already smells good with just those few ingredients in there. And you want to make this until it's until the onions are softened a little bit, okay? We're going to go with this recipe by instructions. Generally, what I tell you guys is that I don't generally measure when I cook because I know exactly how much I want in there and so forth. But we're going to do measurements with this one, okay? So we got our white onion in there, 1 jalapeno, and our bacon bits. Okay? All right. What we're going to put in next, let's see. This calls for 1 pound of ground beef. All right? So I'm going to reach over here and grab my ground beef. All right? So this is 1 pound of ground beef that we're going to add to this. And we're gonna cook this until the ground beef is brown. Okay? We'll throw that in there. And what I did was I got my old trusty pot over here just in case my skillet won't allow me enough room. I got my other pot over here already heated, ready to go. And if I find that I don't have enough room, I may have to dump it all into my other pot over here. But I wanted to use my skillet because I just love using it. All right? So we're going to turn the heat up a little bit on this and cook it until it's brown. You want to get all of this mixed in together and chopped really well. So yeah, while this is cooking, I just feel a little tired today. The weather is cooler today out here in the Carolinas. And I don't know whether that's a side effect of COVID or not, but I feel a little tired. So forgive me if I don't seem a little perky. I'll try to be, okay? Because I'm here to bring hope, healing, and encouragement. But like I've told you guys, I need it as well. All right? So you want to make sure that this is, the hamburger is chopped up really well in this. All right, that's getting underway pretty good. But like I was saying, you know, so much is going on in the world today. People are suffering around the world. And it's a sad thing to see. You know, mothers crying and babies crying and men losing their lives. All for what, you know? Because one person wants more power than he deserves. But in any case, we are commissioned to pray for everybody, even our enemies. Okay, so that's cooking up pretty nicely. So this type of meal, although it's hamburger, it's going to, after everything is in there, it's still going to simmer for maybe about 30 minutes once everything is in. Okay? All righty. Okay, let's see. What next? We're going to put in 1/4 ketchup. We're going to add 1/4 ketchup to this, all right? we're going to add in 1/4 of barbecue sauce. It's up to you what type of barbecue sauce that you want. You can buy hickory, you can buy plain. It's really up to you what flavor of barbecue sauce you want. So we're going to add that in there. All right. Next, we're going to put in a teaspoon or tablespoon of yellow mustard. Okay, 1 tablespoon of yellow mustard. We're going to put in 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard. I told you it was high class stuff. So we're going to put 1 tablespoon of Dijon. Now I think that, hey sis, thank you, I love you. I love you. My sister Nancy and my sister Danny and my sister Brittany, my new sister Brittany. So we're going to put in Dijon mustard along with yellow mustard. Next, we're going to put in, let's see, and put my spoon over here. We're going to put in 2 teaspoons of, this is called Better Than Bouillon. This little jar was over $5, okay? So that's why I'm telling y'all, this is a high-class pork and beans, all right? So this is better, and this flavor is roasted garlic, okay? Roasted garlic, and it's called Better Than Bouillon. We're going to put 2 teaspoons of that in here. Let me stir this around a little bit. I got a feeling this is going to taste really good. So we're going to put 2 teaspoons of this in there. Don't want to waste none because this stuff is expensive. All right. Let's see what else we're putting in here. We're going to put in a teaspoon or a tablespoon of hot sauce. I told y'all a lot of stuff going in here. We're going to put in a couple of tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. Wish. I'm going to put that in there. 1, 2. All right, put the top back on that. Put that up there. Where's my top for this expensive Better Than Bouillon? Put that up there. Then we're going to put in 2 teaspoons of garlic. All right. What do y'all think? Huh? Dijon. Yes, Dijon. Thank you, Brittany. Okay, I want to make sure I'm looking up to respond to those of you who are chiming in. Let me mix this up a little bit. So like I said, if you got a man in your life, he'll probably love this. Okay? I ain't finished yet. All right. So we got that in. mixture of that in. The next thing that we're going to put into this is a half a cup of brown sugar. Light, dark, you know, either way. Serve it with cold beer. You know, it calls for beer in it, or bourbon, or vodka. So I was going to surprise you, Nancy. You know, you didn't jump the gun on me and got ahead of the meal, okay? So we're going to put in a half a cup. I don't want nobody to say stop, Joe, okay? Do not make me laugh. I'm going to add that in there. That is brown sugar. And if you want this to be a little bit more sweet, you can add in some more honey or some more brown sugar. Just depending on your taste, okay? Where's my... I'm going to stir this in. It kind of reminds me of Sloppy Joe a little bit. Stop, okay. But it smells really nice. All right. I'm going to shake some garlic powder in this. Garlic powder. Everything is to taste. It depends on, it's up to you how much garlic powder, how much, you know, I use Goya. I got garlic powder. I always use Goya, and I tell Goya, if y'all want to hire me to advertise for y'all, I'll be more than happy to. Okay, so I'll put that in there. Onion powder. I'm going to shake some onion powder in here. All right. I'm going to add some pepper. And this is really quick and simple. You know, I prepped a lot of things prior to me coming on the show because it would just take too long for me to try to prep and cut and do things like the professionals do, with it just being me. But maybe one day I'll have my own television show. Who knows? This is quite expensive too. This is smoked paprika. You have your regular paprika, and then you have your smoked paprika. Okay, so this was about, just for this little jar, smoked paprika, see there, $4. And everything is going up in the stores. You know, prices have gone up in the stores. So you want to shake that around. Okay. Please, no one text me at this time. You can put a comment in the on the show. But if you text me, it brings my volume down, and then I have to figure it out. So please do not send me a text message, okay? But you can make a comment on the show. Can you guys still hear me? Can you all still hear me? Yeah. All right. So the next thing we're going to put into this is a cup of tomatoes, okay? Yeah. It's like when someone tries to call me or they'll text in outside of the show, for some reason it brings the volume down on my phone, and then you all can't hear me. So please don't send me a text message at this time, only on the show in your comments. So we're going to put a cup of tomatoes in here. Going to stir that around. Make sure this don't burn. All right. Next, we're going to add a cup of black beans. Got some white beans in there too. Now, it called for white chili beans, but I couldn't find none in the grocery store, so I went with my Great Northern beans, and I think they'll work just as good along with everything else that's in there, okay? Going to add that in there. gonna toss this around a little bit. I'm telling you, if you got a man at home, you gonna love this. Now, like I said before, you're gonna let this, oh, okay, let me explain. The black bean and the northern bean is canned. It's in the can, but you're going to wash out the gravy on those two beans. You don't pour it in with the gravy. You rinse it off. Make sure you get all the gravy off of both of those. But you don't do it with the pork and bean, okay? You leave the sauce in the pork and bean. But these are canned. And that's why it needs to cook a little while longer after everything is in it. All right? All right. So, the next thing we're going to put into this, of course, is 1 can of bush beans. And that is the flavor that you're going to put in. All right, so we're going to pour this in. I told you, high class baked beans. So I'm going to turn my pot off over here, so I don't think I need to pour everything because my skillet is working out just fine. All right. Going to mix this up. Do y'all think that looks good? It almost looks like a Mexican dish. Okay. And so y'all know me, when I make a lot, what I generally do is that I put it in containers and I freeze it and I take it out through the week and eat it. I don't have anybody here to feed, so it saves me on cooking. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to put into this is a cup of, looking good, a cup of coriander. We talk about coriander a lot because coriander has a beautiful bouquet smell to it. It's a green leaf. You can find it in your grocery store. So we're going to put some coriander in here. I love coriander. You want to make sure it's chopped because it comes with long stems, and you can use the stems as well, but just make sure they're finely chopped in there. Okay, I'm going to mix that coriander up in there. What, that took me about 15 minutes just to get everything in here. It's funny that the prepping time seems to take a little bit longer than the cooking time. Okay, so that looks really good, smells really good. All right, 2 more things. I'm going to turn my heat up a little bit more. I have it on 450 degrees in this skillet. So the next thing I'm going to put in here, Miss Nancy, is not beer, but you can use beer, or you can use bourbon, or you can use chicken stock, but this is vodka, okay? So 1 shot of vodka. All right. And 1 cup of chopped green onions. All right. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this simmer on a low heat. Put my top on it. And I'm going to turn the heat down so it can just simmer. So it's going to simmer probably for another 30 minutes, I guess. So make sure that those black beans and the northern beans inside of there is cooked really good. So let's do a recap real quick before I move on to the next thing. This is my version of high class pork and beans, all right? I am sweating a little bit, as always. So we put 1 pound of ground beef, and just depending on how many people you are serving or how much your man eats, 1 pound of ground beef, a half a cup of brown sugar, 1 jalapeno. Let me put this in front of me. I'm trying to be all professional and act like I know what I'm doing, but I had to write this stuff down. No, I'm not. Okay, so 1 jalapeno, 1 white onion, a half a cup of ketchup. Oh, I'm sorry, 1/4 cup of ketchup, 1/4 cup of barbecue sauce, 2 tablespoons of yellow mustard, 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard, 1 to 2 teaspoons of roasted garlic, better than the bouillon. You're going to put in 4 to 5 slices of thick bacon, which you're going to cook ahead of time. Not cook it in there, but fry it up. Be nice and crispy. Cook that ahead of time. 1 tablespoon of hot sauce. 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire. Couldn't get my lips right to say that. A 20-ounce can of Bush baked beans, 16 ounce of black beans, and we want to make sure that the black bean and the white bean, whether it's Great Northern or the white chili bean, you want to make sure that you're going to be washing the sauce out of those 2 beans only, which just leaves the bean. All right, don't do it to the pork and bean because you need that sauce in there. Let's see, what am I missing? I am missing something here, but I guess what I could use is calling for 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, but I can put in 1 tablespoon of my rice vinegar that I use a lot. So I'm just gonna kind of put that in here now. 1 little tablespoon of that in there. All right. These beans call for a lot of ingredients. So gotta get you on YouTube. Okay. We're gonna do 2 tablespoons of garlic, 1 chopped up green onions, you know, the green onions with the stems. You just chop those up. Salt and pepper, onion powder, and the smoked paprika, which is expensive. All right. And then all of that goes into this particular dish. And so what I did today was I made some rice, and I decided that I was going to, once it's ready, smells pretty good. I was going to put it on some rice. I'm going to turn my eye down a little bit. Because once you get everything in here, it's supposed to simmer. Not fry, but simmer. And so you got to keep checking it because these are beans, and you know, beans will stick, as mine is trying to stick now. But this looks really good. But I do notice that the northern beans have to cook a little bit more, okay? And just tap my nose a little bit there. And so what I'm going to do, I had prepared some rice, and I'm going to take some of that. Matter of fact, I'm just going to go ahead and take some of this now and put it over my rice. Now you can put this over a spaghetti noodle, whether it's a wheat noodle or any kind of pasta, or just put it over some rice. And for special effects for you guys, I'm just going to go ahead and put some on it now. And I can always pop it in the microwave to cook it a little bit more, but I want to see what it looks like on top of my rice. Alrighty. And so there you have it. There it is. Okay? And I'm sure it's going to taste fabulous. So this will be my little dish later. And set that aside. And just let this cook a little bit more. Okay. All right. So I will upload the pictures of the meal. I will upload the recipe to the meal with all the ingredients that goes in it. And I'm sure that if you make this for your husband or your significant other, your man or whoever, and he sees all of the time and effort that you put into just making him a can of pork and beans, he probably will really appreciate it. I'm sure that he will. Before I go, I just want to tell you all about a beautiful, beautiful woman of God that I met on Facebook. Her name is Brittany Young. And I listened to her song when she was singing Open the Floodgates, Let It Rain. But she has some other music that I'm going to share with you all before I go. I'm just going to let it play and walk away from the camera. Hopefully you can hear it, but if not, she is definitely online. You can find her music on Smule, S-M-U-L-E. And she is now Nancy and Danny. I want you to welcome your new sister into our family, Brittany Young. She is part of our family now, so we want to give her all the love and support and encouragement as she journeys on her way into getting contracts and contacts, of people listening to her music and being moved by the message in the music, her love for music, her expression of music that you will feel down in your soul. I appreciate her so much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my other phone, and I don't know whether you can hear her or not. I'm going to... Can you all hear her?
Something on my depression makes everything seem like there's just no love.
Can you all hear her?
But in that moment of despair, I can hear a still voice in my mind saying that my grace is sufficient.
They're saying welcome, Brittany. Love you all. Continue to listen to her. I'm going to step away.
too heavy for me, Lord. All I had to do was hand it to you. And rest your feet is where no matter what it is, I'm giving it to you. Hallelujah, Jesus. Hallelujah, Jesus.
Hallelujah. Beautiful, Brittany, beautiful. All right. I hope that you all were able to hear that. You know, when the Holy Spirit hits you, you can't do nothing but cry. You can't do nothing but cry. Her music is so prophetic, and it's so much needed in times like these. So I love you, Brittany, and God bless you. Thank you all for being with me on the Blue Couch and Company. As you already know, I'm a great big crybaby, and I'm not ashamed of that. So I love you. Take care. Talk to you later. Bye-bye for now.